the sum of them two will annihilate the velocity and give you a situation that has space scalar and there's no variation, infinite velocity. Actually, the power companies use this. I don't have time to get into the details. Okay, let's keep going. Now we also have a different type of wave where this is the distribution of the two electrostatic fields. There's no time variation because their energy is in the same type. So basically, it just varies on a per centimeter basis as it goes down the line. It's a curve that just gets weaker and weaker and weaker, or stronger and stronger and stronger. And it's the same thing with the magnetic. So basically, if we abolish the Heaviside Maxwell concept completely and go to the J.J. Thomson concept, and Steinmetz came to a similar conclusion, there is no electromagnetic waves, and there aren't any of these other waves. What it is you have an electrostatic field propagating down the line, you have a magnetic field propagating down the line, and it's only the apparent superposition of them that gives you the velocity. That's why you can't see the stars or the sun in outer space. Okay.
They trapped us. We got trapped. Trapped, I tell you. Trapped. They trapped us in a line. A wire. You know, they trapped your mind with electricity. Okay? They got you thinking that it's got to travel down a line. It needs to travel down something. But it doesn't. I mean, this was kind of the secret of Tesla technology. And it was forgotten. It was bypassed. E equals mc squared. Einstein fooled us all. We got played as fools. We're trapped. Mentally, we're trapped. We're trapped in time and space. When the reality of electric is the not understanding of it, not understanding how it works, where it works, what it works. You might say, well, Jerry, that's the Matrix. You're telling me you learned the Matrix. No, not. If there's an organic propagation of electric, right? Let's put it like this. If the Earth is an electromagnetic receiver, it generates an electromagnetism. Think of it as a receiver and a transmitter, you know, like the old-fashioned backpack army guys. They got the little receiver and transmitter, okay? But they got you trapped in, like, the fictitious scalar waves, okay? This whole idea of scalar is here. It's a scale. It's happening here. It happens over here, okay? You know, it's... Think of it as one not being able to exist without the other. And then if one is shut off, the other is in existence, but only existence in that plane. I know it's very confusing and very bizarre and almost much too much. But the Earth itself, organically, I mean, if you look at the pyramids like we've talked about so much in the past, is the whole thing with the limestone and the water and, you know, it really resonating a frequency from the production of fluids, organics itself. The stones are real. The frequency that they compound or generate, and they themselves are frequencies, yes. But it's real and organic. Whether you got lava or water moving through iron and different metals, propagating a frequency of electromagnetism, it's where it's generated. So it's there, okay? It is more complex and not fully understood. And I'm not saying that all the ideas that they give us are totally wrong. They just give us a fragmented part of it so we don't have an understanding. And that lack of understanding is what drives us further away from the understanding of a God. Because if God created everything organically, they need to fragment your mind into the digital age, into the digital world. I would like to think that I'm flowing through here without the digits. Sure, it's being synthesized into digits, but can you feel me? That organic wave that I'm hopefully sending, but not through the line, but through the Earth's frequency. Some may receive it, some may not. Depends on how far you've allowed your mind to get distorted and fragmented by the digital age. We say no to GMOs all the time. We understand, genetic modification, we don't want that, bad stuff. Let's get rid of that. We don't want to eat that. We don't want those GMOs, those modifications. Well, when you receive something digitally, it's a modification. We're accepting of our modifications. Every time a digital frequency comes into your head, it's fragmenting your mind. It's hitting you, bombarding your natural frequency within this world. Some have the ability to adapt. The human body, the human mind has awesome ability to adapt and kind of just become stronger through, just resilience, almost like a germ theory, where, the more kids go out and play in the dirt, get germs all over them, get dirty, they get tough, their body immune system goes, and there you go again. Organic chemistry that produces electricity is right there in your body. So organically, the Earth's producing electricity, receiving, transmitting. Organically, your body is receiving, transmitting. But the world we're living in now is moving more and more to the digital fragmentation. And what good is that? It doesn't have to go that way, but they don't want it to go the way that it should go. Because I honestly believe it's almost a way to take you away from a real creator or an organic creator, or one that you can be at touch with and understanding how the world works. And if you understand how the real world works, you're going to understand how you've been lied to and how you've been manipulated and how you're still being lied to and how you're still being manipulated. And it's hard to set ourselves free from that. They trap us in these different things like fishbowl theory, okay? And I try not to piss all you flat earth people off, because I know you go, Jay hates flat earth, I'm going to hate him or something. He's against God because you don't like flat earth. When it comes down to it, it's fishbowl theory. Fishbowl theory is one of the oldest tricks in the book. And that's why a lot of people that actually use their noggin understand this. And it doesn't mean that in theory some of their metaphor isn't correct, but it's metaphor, not literal. The Bible has some great passages, some great stories, some great honest truth in it. But it's metaphor. It doesn't mean that it should be thrown out or burned or anything else. It should be sought after for guidance and understanding when you understand what you're reading is metaphor. But when we take everything so literally out there these days, we get lost. Everything is so literal. It is lost our ability to have an organic joke anymore. Just a big laugh out of nowhere. Well, you're offending me. You're offending my flat earth society. You're offending this. You're offending my religion. You're offending this. You want to know what? I am. You got a problem with that? You shouldn't. You shouldn't have a problem with somebody offending your thing or giving satire. It's how we grow and learn, all right? Like George Carlin made fun of all that stuff. We got it. But we also have to understand his subversive side in all of this by understanding that he was part of a new school. But I'm sure you've all understood that because you did your research and all this, and never mind, you never do it. But what I'm saying is, they give us nuggets, but a lot of them are metaphor. Let's not make it literal. But we have to go back and find the literal true science before they realized how much and how dangerous it was to really understand what is here, what is in between here and here. Okay? What is being generated? What's in this space? What is here? We don't know. Because they've driven us down so many different roads, they want you to believe it's all so fake. It's all Matrix. Oh, well, it's all real, but we're stuck inside the fishbowl theory, which is flat Earth. We're stuck in a fishbowl. When reality is, we don't understand the basics because all sides have been lied to so much. I mean, think about the lie itself. The fact that, you can't see stars from space because, in theory, right, you're not able to see that transmission because that transmission is not taking place. It's coexisting. It's coexisting. It's coexisting. Okay? But here's the thing. It's such a big lie. Such a big lie. Think about it. They lied about space so much, and some of them, the ones that we think are lying, might actually be true, and some of the lie, the opposite way. You know what I mean? There's a lot of their lies are definitely going to be lies, but the problem is, because they totally lied about, the position, existence of the sun and everything else and how it actually works. When in theory, most likely there's nothing even inside the sun. The propagation of the transmission spark itself. Okay? I mean, it's all a lie. But our books have our brains caught on these things. The people that have been told is at this distance and at this temperature have been lied to. The people that have been told that the earth is flat and there's, a little dome where God reaches his hand in and picks them up, people up with little, I don't even know their theories, but because they're usually ridiculous. But what I'm saying, it's all been lied to. Because it's lied to, we lost touch with the true understanding of what it is. When, of course, the most logical thing to understand is that there's got to be an organic side to life and the world itself. Because if there isn't, existence doesn't matter. If it's all just a digit, it doesn't matter. Although those digits can represent an organic nature. And that's the part that people need to put together. Okay? That there is an organic side to life. Me, Jerry, you, whatever, viewer person. If you're not there, it doesn't matter. But you are there. You are important. As a matter of fact, if you're awake, you're most important. Because the shit that's going on, we have to raise awareness of it. Because if we don't, they don't give a shit. They don't care if people are organic or digital. They think of you as a number and nothing more. And the less numbers that they have to manage, they would prefer. Is that right or is that wrong? I don't know. When it comes down to it, do we know yet? No. And nobody knows. And if somebody tells you they know, they're lying. Because I come across so many people that can't even understand basic electricity. Can't understand what they're doing here. I don't understand. In theory, I guess, there's nothing wrong with not understanding what you're doing here. So I think it's more or less the people that actually are sure about what they're doing here that concern me. Is what it comes down to it. I may have misspoken about that. Because, really when you look at it, those ones that are so sure on everything seem to be the most lost. When it comes down to it, we live in a world where, a lot of people woke up. And the great part I've seen about people that woke up is their hearts got bigger. The ability to care rose. Their hearts got bigger. But not all. And those that didn't have those hearts that grew and feel an ache and pain for others suffering, well, those people didn't really wake up. They just became aware of some things. And it's tough because our ability to care so much makes it hard for us to fight, because you don't want to hurt anybody else. But we also have to understand, we have to get past certain, some of our own mental limitations that have developed, because we are not going to win this battle being kind all the time. It's a tough contemplation to decide what to do. But we have to understand that even the people that aren't awake deserve a fair, honest, and good life. They don't deserve all this bullshit. Somebody said to me, some smart person said to me, they said, they saw the generals on TV with the president or whatever, and they noticed the stern look, the toughness, and I'm going out there, we'll kill everybody. And I understand they got to have that, persona when they're going off to battle, or they want to make fear of other countries. But we also understand, wait a second, all the countries, they're all in the same fraternities. All the generals are in the same fraternity. So it's all a big show. But that hardness, that inability to not care that they're sending people off to war to die for bullshit does exist in this world. So it's important that, we have those out there that care and can, be that coexistence. Because without one, we only have, one has to exist to have the other. Right? They know that. So, they can only push so far. But we need to push it just a little bit more of that kindness. And that's why you're so important. Because without you, that has that big heart, that cares, they exist a little bit more. So when we see all these horrible things that are going on in the world, we have to understand how important we are to this world. Don't let it get you down. Because, man, these people are straight up evil. They are straight up evil. So anyways, I just wanted to get back over here and just, which part did I share? See if we could play this for you. I thought it was interesting, and that with that.
Rye Silva, I would like to know if Eric Dollard has ever heard of flat earth theory as I research on that subject. There's a good handful of questions regarding that, so it's got to be the most stupid thing I've ever heard in my life. It just demonstrates that people will believe anything. People have gotten to the state where if the television tells them that cat turds are candy, they'll eat them. So, as far as this flat earth thing goes, why is it that if I want to fly to the Philippines, that I have to go through Alaska first? Why is it that if I want to pick up a radio signal from Moscow, I have to point my antenna at the North Pole? Why is it that when an airplane leaves the West Coast and continues to fly, that it lands on the East Coast? Who in the hell in their right mind can believe in a flat earth?